I spilled barbecue sauce on my pants.
That's what you get with your brisket kolache.
I'm sorry, I forgot everyone was hungry, so I feel bad about that one now.
Hello, friends. This is Zach. You are listening to the Misconceptions podcast.
All right. Come on. Isn't this thing supposed to be a supercomputer? This is taking longer than my AOL login. Come on! Hurry up! Oh my gosh, please, I need to know.
Previously on Mistconceptions. Wow. A lot of stuff just happened. In a desperate attempt to find answers to their questions, the crew went to Agatha's halfway house. They were going to question an old friend of theirs, Lynn, who was wrapped up earlier, much earlier, in an investigation they were doing into Mr. Smalls and Mediterranean Enterprises and Water Treatment Plant 23 and 123 Blanco Street. It all came together and they needed Lynn to fill in the missing spots for them. They went to Lynn's room, reintroduced themselves to the forgetful amnesiac Lynn. And that's confusing. Rin and Lynn. And also Rin was forgetful and did not remember meeting Lynn. So that was a double forgetful. But Lynn did not prove to be forthcoming with answers, and he fidgeted with a braided bracelet on his wrist. Faye demanded to know what the bracelet was, but Lynn seemed unable to tell her. So Faye began to remove pictures, Rin began helping take down the pictures, and Esther reached for Lynn's wrist, grabbed the bracelet by force, and tore it off of his wrist, at which point Lynn fell dead there on the spot. Agatha appeared, expelled the crew from her home, and then the crew ran to Rin's abandoned warehouse facility. As promised, Rin said that he would help Bill find his missing wife and child. And so Rin led Bill down into the depths of this abandoned warehouse where his supercomputer was. Meanwhile, Esther and Faye had a tense moment followed by an awkward silence up above. And this episode picks up in the downstairs dark interior of a room with no walls. There is a cone of light shining down from an unseen source. Bill stands in the middle of it with all of these holographic screens hanging from thin air all around them. Rin is behind Bill, and in front of Bill is a screen that says calculating possibilities. And I'm going to open up this episode with a roll. Bill, you are going to be rolling an investigate move. Rin, you could presumably help him with any help points you have, since this is like your supercomputer. You are connected to it. This is your sanctum. You could add to his roll. Bill, you can also burn a tag if you have one to give yourself like an automatic success with 3 clues. But I wanted to open it up with this investigate move. Bill, which would you rather do? Would you rather have Ren use help points to help you, or would you rather roll on your own, or would you rather burn a power tag to get your 3 clues?
So I feel like if I were to burn, I would do anything to know the answer to this question, right? And I feel like if it was like a Bacab or something that I was asking the question to, then I would do that. But I feel like this is more, I feel like we're in Zach's or Rin's kind of like territory. So I think narratively, or I think it would make more sense for me to accept the help and just add whatever I can into the role. What do you think about that?
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay.
I only have 1 help point, unfortunately, but I will give you my help point.
So luckily, I have a lot of stuff for this.
Luckily, I have so many tags to use.
So what would help you in your investigation in this point?
Stay focused, family ties till I collapse.
Till I collapse is like enduring, and you're not really enduring anything. Of those 3, I think family ties definitely applies, because this is having to deal with your family. Even if it's not actively helping you, I think just narrative wise and for the story, this is a very pivotal moment for Bill. So that family ties adding a positive to your role definitely works. Like I said, till collapse is more like you're enduring great stress or something. This isn't a prolonged investigation, it's just you asking a question. So I don't think till I collapse would apply. Let's say stay focused would help. Maybe there's some aspect of this that Bill would have to focus on. So you're going to roll and investigate with +2, +1 for Rin's help point.
So +3?
Mm-hmm.
I rolled an 11.
This is false.
I rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8.
And then I burned a tag when you weren't looking.
Nope. So you get 3 questions. Let's play this out narratively and as a dialogue between you and this computer. So the computer is loading probabilities, calculating your questions. What's the first question that you ask?
I said, will I see my family again?
So you ask, will I ever see my family again? The supercomputer responds,
there are many avenues in the city that you could explore in order to see your wife and son again.
Can you tell me what one of those avenues are?
Populating list.
A new screen appears and you see all these like names appear, and some of them are taken out, some of them are replaced, some of them are typed over, and then it leaves you with 1, and it is called Sal's Silk Shop. You have 1 more question.
How can I get out once I get in?
No one can enter the underworld and leave for free. You must be prepared to make an offering.
Can you elaborate?
No. User Bill, I must inform you that User Ryan Pascal has a mission. He must save the future. Will you help him in his mission?
If you'll be more helpful with my family.
I have provided you with all the relevant information you need to succeed at your task. I require your input. User Bill, will you help User Ryan Pascal in his mission to save the future?
Will you tell me what it entails first?
Yes.
And Rin, do you allow what's about to happen?
Yeah. I'm gonna say Ren, Bill is having this conversation with her, and Ren just mindlessly is working on a project. Isn't even aware what's going on.
Okay. So, Bill, you asked what is the mission?
Mm-hmm.
And then the screen with Sal's Silk Shop disappears, and then a new one appears with Deja's face on it. And then it says,
this user will destroy the future, destroy the city, as you know it. User Ryan Pascal has been modified and equipped by myself to prevent this calamitous future from occurring. User Ren Pascal must delete the time data stream virus designated as Dejudilacroy. User Bill, will you help user Ren Pascal in his mission to save the future?
How's she gonna destroy the future?
And Ren, I think at this moment you realize what the computer just told Bill.
Whoa. Log out, log back into cat videos, please.
What?
The picture of Deja disappears and is replaced by a cat video playing a piano.
What was that?
That was nothing.
You're gonna kill Deja? I thought you liked it.
It's a little complicated, Bill. You wouldn't understand. You're from the present. I'm from the future. I mean, things are a little different there.
Can't be that different. I mean, it's just, I don't see how she could destroy. How can she destroy the future? Do you know?
No, she's a little vague on the details. She likes to do that a lot. She likes to tell me things, and she doesn't exactly say what's going to happen as a consequence. If we do the thing that the mission, or if we don't do the mission, other than the future will be destroyed. So I haven't really decided yet. I'm trying to see if there's a win-win here, that we don't kill her, and the future goes on.
You want to go to Sal's silk shop?
Sure, we're gonna buy comfortable blankets. As you can see, my cot is very uncomfortable, and I need something good to sleep on.
Yeah, they have really high thread counts there.
Yeah, that makes sense. Can I say before we leave the space, can I do a photo montage to get one of the items that I have there that I've been creating?
A photo montage needs to happen over a long period of time, like a day or a couple of days. And I realized that last session I let y'all do a photo montage within like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And technically that's not how it's supposed to be used. You can roll a change the game. And I think change the game is for an instance, or like, I would like to make this right now. But photo montage is spent like, I spend days investigating or building this machine, and that's why it's so powerful. So you can totally roll a change the game to create something.
Yes, I want to do a change the game to do like sticky grenades. Not like a Semtex grenade where you throw a grenade and like stick somewhere, but like where it like blows up and it's like glue or like spider webs or something that like basically if you throw it at someone they can't move or do anything. That's what
okay. So some sort of like adhesive grenade.
Yeah, I guess that's the best way to put it.
Okay, so what could you add to your change the game roll?
Secret lab.
Is there anything you could add from your digital data implants?
That's what I was trying to think. Like, would it be like, I don't know, everything is binary in creating it, or like technopathy of like creating something that like binds with me?
I was going to suggest everything is binary or flashes of the future, because like everything is binary, you're putting it together, but also flashes of the future, you are seeing like visions of the future technology that you don't quite understand, but it's coming to you in flashes. So I think either one of those would apply.
What about both?
So, sure. So it changed the game with a +3.
Oof, I got an 8. That's at least successful.
That is at least a success. So you can spend your power, you have 3 power, to create a story tag, burn a power tag or story tag, or give or reduce the status.
Create a story tag.
Okay. So create a story tag of adhesive grenade or gooey grenade or something like that. You have 2 more juice.
Can I like make it affect a larger area?
You cannot, because that's only on a 10+. Yeah, you only have 3 options. Create a story tag, burn a power tag or story tag, give or reduce the status.
Could I use that to make multiple story tags?
Yeah.
Maybe like I was thinking like electronic like stun mines, like I would throw it and it would be like it would shock them kind of like a taser, just like stun them enough that they wouldn't be able to do their next action. Okay, so like you said, a stun mine? Yeah, or I guess let's say stun grenade, that feels better.
Okay, stun grenade.
And then the last one is like that bubble watch shield that I was working on.
So let's say you have like a bandolier of these experimental grenades on it, and right now you only have 2 of them created. You have the adhesive grenade and you have the stun grenade. So you kind of like sling that over your shoulder or around your waist, however you want to do it, and you have those 2 grenades. You also grab this watch that isn't quite finished.
No.
And I think you'll be able to use it, but it will not be perfect. You already stated that you only have 1 of each grenade. But story tags, they last as long as narratively viable. So I think you'll have this watch, but it won't work forever. I don't know if that will be like you can use it once and it's gone, or we'll just see how the narrative kind of works.
Yeah.
But you grab these 3 items. So gooey grenade, stun grenade, and then what's your watch called?
Protecto watch.
Protecto watch, yes. So Ren grabs these items. Bill walks out. Ren behind him. We transition up to the warehouse where Esther and Faye have been sitting for quite a while. Faye, you said you were sitting on the ground, crisscross applesauce, arms crossed against your chest. Esther was writing things down in her black book. Has there been any discussion while the guys have been downstairs?
Faye has continually been looking around the room.
Every time she makes an active move of her head and stuff, Esther says stop.
And that has been the last 40 minutes.
Okay. So we get Faye looking around the room.
Stop.
Faye looking around the room
Stop.
again. And about that time, Bill and Ren walk up from the futuristic steps, and then they kind of connect and slide seamlessly back into the cement floor. The steps were metal, and when they combine and slide back into place, they are suddenly cement. And then they just sock it back in, and you could never tell. There's no seam, no crack. It is just a solid one-piece cement floor. What do y'all do?
Hey. What are y'all talking about?
This feels like a really tense room.
Well, I don't know if you all remember, the last 2 hours of our lives, but we killed a guy tonight, so...
I do kind of faintly remember that.
To be fair, it wasn't we, it was me.
No, it was me. You wouldn't have pulled off the bracelet if I wasn't destroying his literal world.
What? Why were you destroying his world? What was that?
I was trying to get us somewhere.
We could have had a more steady approach, I think. You're normally very level-headed.
Sure, sorry. Totally forgot my place as Faye, the one who keeps everyone together and makes sure everything's running. Even, when nobody is paying attention to her, I will return to that place immediately.
Well, that was easy. I'm just kidding. That was a joke.
Nobody's saying they want you to return to that place. We're just trying to figure out what place you are in.
The place I'm in is that we are not a team anymore. You died and are dealing with Harvey. Ren, I don't ever know what he's doing. Bill is paying attention to his wife and child, which is honorable, sure, but we are not a team trying to solve a problem. We are 4 people doing random things with me trying to talk to y'all and being constantly looked over.
I mean, your points are valid. Where do we go from here?
Yeah, what do you think a team would do?
I don't want to have all the answers anymore. What do y'all think a team would do? What do y'all want? Do you want to keep working this? Do we want to solve this, or are we done?
Well, Bill wants to go to this place called South Silk, so that's a lead.
Well, that's a lead for my family. We haven't even told them that your supercomputer wants you to kill Deja. I just figured transparency was what we were going for here.
I agree.
That is transparent,
Yes.
Bill. So that's what my computer wants us to do, is kill Deja.
Wants us to do? I'm pretty sure that's just you.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to save the future...
I don't know if I do want to save the future. We can't even save the city.
Come on, you know you want babies with Woodard.
What if the reason the computer wants us to kill Deja is because she's one of the 5 people we're trying to identify?
The one who showed up in lingerie?
Yeah, she's trying to get close to Rin to keep maybe tabs on us and know how far we're progressing and what we're doing. What better way to keep an eye on your enemy than
sleep with him?
Well, you're not wrong.
That would make sense. I don't see why anyone would ever be attracted to Ren.
Wow.
So, what, we go kill Deja and everything's over?
Well, maybe we can talk to her first before we just go kill another person. I like to have a rule of only kill one person at the most a day.
So do we want to, as a team, maybe look into this Deja angle, or was there something else that we're missing that we should be pursuing at the moment?
I mean, the way that Faye talks, it sounds like we're just missing everything.
I mean, I do think we're missing a lot, but I don't know what it is because we're missing it.
Do we want to check in with Javi and Muhammad and Woodard?
I can give Woodard a call. But even if we're moving forward, what are we moving forward as? A team that what? Throws each other under the bus?
When did we throw anyone under the bus?
Like this whole conversation?
What?
I'm just saying it was a little hurtful to... I wasn't saying let's go kill Deja right away. Then you all jumped on me about Lynn. I'm feeling very sensitive right now, especially about Lynn. Lynn was a friend, someone who helped us out from the beginning, someone that was kind and cared about us, and I haven't really killed anyone in my life before, so I'm trying to grasp it.
Yeah, I can understand that. I haven't killed anyone either that I can remember.
Oh my god.
Faye walks away.
To where? This warehouse is still sealed.
But we can share that burden together.
I wasn't jumping on you. I was just saying, let's have a plan before we go in there, which is what I always say, and nobody ever listens to that.
Alright, plan, go in there. Do what needs to be done.
That's the worst plan ever.
Do we want to abduct her? Are we trying to go with the calm approach?
I mean, what is the end goal? What are we thinking we're going to get from her? We think she's the 5th person?
If she's going to be responsible for the destruction of the future as we know it, maybe she would have some clue as to what she's involved in, or maybe a project she's working on that she doesn't realize what kind of capabilities it has. I mean, maybe we probably shouldn't reveal to her too much. Maybe it's a friendly visit. We try to glean some information.
So you don't think that she knows that she's going to destroy the future?
I don't know. That's why I want to kind of test the waters.
Maybe it could just be like a friendly visit. Like she's like, I just call her. Because I mean, if we go to her house, we're wanted. Police are probably going to know that. So maybe we should I don't know, Bill show up in his cloud, pick her up, and take her to the warehouse.
Do we even know where she's at?
Oh yeah, I have geolocation on all my employees.
That's not legal.
Does she know you're alive? Faye says from the corner.
What was that, Faye? I couldn't hear you.
Does she know you're alive?
Well, I don't know about that.
How do you... Okay.
You don't know?
Well, it's not like it said in the news that we died, but it's not like I've contacted her in several weeks.
Have you had contact with her since we've been wanted fugitives?
Well, I mean, I checked to see where she was at, but she didn't know that I was checking in to see where she was at.
Well, when you checked in on her, what was she doing?
I mean, she works at like some new place because, wanted status. My assets were frozen. My building was seized. I'm really just sad because my cat posters were there and I just couldn't get them back.
So before we were wanted, did you have the mission of killing her?
Yes.
So she was already involved with it. So it doesn't have to do with her new employer.
No.
Right.
Well, unless the future thing knew that we would eventually become wanted and things would shape up the way they did.
So, we get Deja somehow, we ask her questions, fine. But how are things going to be different? How are we going to work as a team moving forward? I mean, Bill, your family is important to me too because you're important to me. And Ren, your mission for killing Deja concerns me, but that's not your fault. And Esther, your dad, and Javi, and all of that is important to me. For all of the same reasons. Why can't we help each other instead of all trying to do our own missions? You helped me as much as you could with the children, and that will eventually need to be revisited.
I mean, if that's how we're moving forward, what do we do?
I have a lead on my family from the supercomputer.
Yeah, so we could do that, which is like Bill's thing, or we could do the Deja thing, which is like the whole city thing, and why we're in this mess all the time. But yeah, let's do Bill's thing. That sounds easier.
Do you think that the Deja stuff will fix the things with the children?
What do y'all think?
It would be nice to make progress on my family. It's been kind of tearing me up a little.
Maybe you've been missing your team. And that's what you need to find your family.
So, the only real lead we have is the lead that Bill has, because we don't even know where to go with Deja. We just know that she's supposed to die in order for the future to be saved. Which we don't even know what that future is. We don't know if we want that future to be saved. The computer could be bad. So.
Yes, that's correct. I did not choose this life. She chose me.
So. Sal's Silk Shop?
Yeah, that sounds good. Plus, I've been needing to, comfortable bedding. Been sleeping on this, really uncomfortable cot. So, silk sounds like a really nice thing.
Yeah, this isn't what that's about, so...
Bill, are you up for this yet?
I think so. I think it's time. It's been on the back burner for a long time.
Alright, let's go get Bill's family.
It is about 2 a.m. in the morning.
Alright, let's wait till tomorrow.
So we have a scene of the crew bedding down for the night in this warehouse. I like to imagine that Esther has a collection of sleeping bags in the trunk of her SUV that she pulls out or something like that.
Is that because Carrie has a trunk of sleeping bags in her actual vehicle?
I mean, this is true.
They have come in handy a time or two.
Yeah.
So we've been talking about a plan or whatever, but this is the first time that we have all been camped out together in a while. And we all kind of start to automatically fall back into our rhythms. The team is just bedding down, hanging out.
I mean, I could probably build us some 3D sleeping bags and stuff.
I prefer my sleeping bags to be in 2D.
So, Ren, do you have a thermostat in here or something? It's a little chilly.
Well, we're trying to cool a supercomputer, so she kind of controls the thermostat. I don't. I just bring a lot of jackets. She's kind of in heat at the moment, so she gets a little hot.
And I think as that comment happens, there's maybe some chuckles or snorts shared with the crew. the camera settles on Faye's face. How is Faye right now?
Face got plastered on like a fake half smile, and then like settles back in the sleeping bag.
Okay. The next morning comes, you load up in the car. We see the scene of the steel doors of the warehouse opening up, and the black SUV backs out, drives away, and drives off camera. And we see a maroon sedan sitting across the street from the warehouse. And as the SUV pulls out a shot, this sedan start to follow after the SUV. Y'all are driving for a while, weaving in and out of traffic. And Esther, as you are driving, you notice a maroon sedan has been following you for quite a while.
Can I see any features of the driver?
You cannot.
I don't want to alarm anybody. There is a vehicle that's been following us.
That's kind of suspicious. No one knew. Well, I don't think anyone knew that we were at the warehouse.
Can we, like, even if we go to the back of the SUV, can we see the driver?
Sure. You kind of like turn and look through the back rear window of the SUV, and you see a Latino woman with aviator shades, dark hair, and you can't make out a whole lot of other details, but it's not someone you recognize.
So has Esther seen this vehicle before?
Interesting. I think you have, but maybe you were always too occupied to really realize any significance of it.
Can I think in this moment, Esther is starting to like see all these flashes of when this vehicle was like just around in the background. But she's not recalling like the first time she saw it. She's trying to play back and recall like when this vehicle started
when you first saw
appearing.
It. Definitely. What do you do, Esther?
I think we can lose her.
Okay. Are you going to try to lose her? Okay. Roll a go toe-to-toe. I will give you a temporary story tag of SUV.
Could I use my life lessons?
Sure.
Can I give a help point? So I would be, if she's driving quickly and trying to lose people, I could be watching like the side of the car. You know what I mean? Like traffic and passing, seeing if she could swerve into a lane or not.
Sure. So calling out like, you got an empty lane over here, empty lane over there.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So go ahead, give her +1. Okay. And go ahead and remove that help point.
So now I'm doing +3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go toe-to-toe with +3.
I rolled a 9.
A 9. Okay, so choose one. You achieve your goal. You get them good or give them a status. Block, dodge, or counter their best attempts. Or you give them a status.
What would be blocking or dodging or countering their best attempts? What would that be?
I think, so you can achieve your goal, but she's going to hit you with a status. I don't think she would like pull out her handgun and shoot at you.
Well, good, because I wasn't thinking that either, but now I am.
But like a status of marked SUV, like she gets your SUV's description and plates and stuff. And you've probably switched the plates, knowing your training and stuff like that. So I think you would switch the plates, but like a marked SUV. So like using your SUV is going to be dangerous now. or give you the chance of danger.
Okay.
So go ahead and describe how do you ditch this tail?
I just weave in and out of traffic, and I know the city really well, so...
Yeah, and you take this exit ramp, and she comes after you, and you're weaving your way through the city, through traffic, and we get this scene of you driving off and away, and the maroon sedan comes up to the camera and stops. The door kicks open. We see this Latina woman get out, and she looks around. Damn it, I lost her. I'll get you, Esther Black. She takes off her aviators. I'll get you, and I'll find my brother. Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 69 of Mistconceptions. I'm your host, David White. And hi, y'all. I hope that you are all doing well. I hope that you are building strong relationships, educating yourself, and standing strong next to the river of your truth. And I also hope that you're enjoying this episode. So just a few housekeeping things before we get back to the episode. I wanted to let everybody know that we are in the process of building a website. Yes, a website. And on this website, we're going to have, links to the RSS feeds. We're going to have descriptions about the show, pictures of the cast. It's going to be a concentrated area, or maybe I should say a dedicated area, where you can find news about all things Mistconceptions Podcast Network. Like I said, this is not done yet. We're still working on it. We're still trying to figure out how much it would cost to do all this. And that actually brings me to my next point, is that once we figure out the costs, we're going to make that, the monthly upkeep, we are going to make that monthly upkeep for a website our next Patreon goal. So once I figure that out, I'll kind of release that. Show, we have to get to this goal to release our website. And also a cool thing that we're going to do along with the release of the website and that goal is that I'm going to do a pay raise for our editors. Myself, who edits Misconceptions Podcast, Marlo, who edits Sins of the Father, and Tessa, Tessa, she's Faye, but Tessa edits our exclusive Patreon show, Misconceptions Side Quest. So I would like to give a pay raise to the three of us, since we work on the show outside of our normal recording session time. We put in a lot of hours during the week, and I would like for me to be able to pay Tessa and to pay Marlo for the hard, dedicated work they do on making their respective shows sound so good. So, like I said, I don't have an exact number for that yet. Once I do, I'll put it on our Patreon, and hopefully we can get some new patrons to help support us to release that website and to be able to pay Marlo and Tessa for the editing that they do on their shows. Once again, I just want to say thank you so much to the patrons that helped us get to the $400 a month goal. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our patrons. You are wonderful people. Please continue to support us. Continue to share us with people that might not know about us. And you know what? We will keep making this dope content that you all enjoy. And before we get back to the episode, let me give a Patreon shout out to our newest patron, David Krebs. David, thank you so much for supporting us. We appreciate your support so much. You are awesome. Don't let anybody tell you that you're not. And if they do tell you that you're not awesome, well, you have my permission to play this little clip for them of me saying, "Hey, you stupid idiot. I cannot believe how stupid you are. How dare you say David Krebs is not an awesome person?" Because David Krebs Yeah, David Krebs. You're looking at him right now. He's an awesome person. Okay, David, you can stop playing it right there, but, that's a little clip for you to play whenever you have the haters rolling up on you. Anyways, I hope that you're all enjoying this episode. Let's get back to this episode, shall we? And so you pass through this business area, you enter into a more open area, kind of further away from the businesses and tall buildings. They're smaller, more tightly packed together, passing by various parks and little walking areas.
Faye sees a walking path along a river with some trees and kind of like a urban park area. Esther, pull over.
Why?
We need to do something. Just pull over.
We're going to Sal's silk shop. That's the thing that we're doing.
I know. I feel like we should do something for Lynn. Can you please pull over?
Right now, while we're in the middle of this thing?
Yes.
Esther pulls over and puts the car in park.
Okay. Pulls over, and you pull over, and there's this, as you've described, walking area with a little stream running through it.
And trees.
And trees, of course.
Faye, I'm assuming Esther is driving and Faye is always in the passenger seat.
Okay.
And Faye turns around and looks at everybody. I know we're on a new mission. I know we're looking for Sal, but I messed up, and we lost someone that was important to us. And I feel like I know y'all aren't into the feelings thing, but I feel like we should take a moment and show some respect for Lynn.
But how do we do that? Because, his body's not here.
Right, well, obviously we can't bury him, but Faye pulls out the pictures that she'd put in her jacket pocket. But I still have these, and I don't know, maybe we do nothing with them. Maybe we just have a moment of silence for him. Maybe we create a garden for him out there and think, I don't know, he was important to us. He helped us.
We could, blow dandelions in remembrance of him.
We could send the pictures down the stream
on a boat.
A little plant
and you
boat.
set it on fire.
Well, we don't have to set it on fire, but we could just set it on its way.
We don't need anything from the pictures, so we just took them because
maybe we could pick the picture of us and him and send that one.
Or are you saying, Esther, do we look at the pictures to see if there's any clues on ways to...
Right.
Yeah.
I understand now. I would like to investigate the pictures, David.
Okay.
Are we going to investigate the pictures, right at this moment?
I think that the step would be, to scan them, to store them for later, if we're going to get rid of them. Because this is all we have, and we were convinced that there was something we were supposed to get from Lynn. So if this is all we have, it doesn't seem like the right thing to do to then just get rid of them.
Sure. Okay.
So if Rin has some kind of capability to scan them, and then we can do whatever it is that needs to be done to memorialize this event.
Yes, I would like to scan them with my scanner vision.
Okay. Do you want to roll that investigate move now, or do you want to scan them and then roll your investigate later?
Later, because this seems like a...
So how do you...
thing.
Will you just make a note of that, or do you make a little tag?
No, yeah. I guess, Zach, go ahead and... let's create a temporary story tag, scanned Lynn pictures. just as a reminder, but also as a story tag we can use later for this investigate move. Okay. Yeah, so Ren, how do you scan these pictures?
So Ren scans it with his scanner vision, but then he also... Oof, I don't have my laptop because it's burned.
Oh, yep.
Damn, I forgot about that.
I thought you were talking about in real life, and I was like, that's...
I was like, what are you recording on?
That's unfortunate.
Upload it to the cloud.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
I think I'm gonna upload it to the cloud via my brain.
Okay, cool. So you just you tap a button on the side of your visor, and it scans each one as Faye kind of cycles through, and you see all these pictures of Lynn as he once was, this young man with short black hair, with brown eyes, olive colored skin, happy and smiling. And then as you kind of cycle through the pictures, you see him become more sickly. You see him become the Lynn that you're more familiar with. But as this metamorphosis goes, you see Lynn stops being in the pictures. And it is just him taking pictures of others. Some, as I said before, are these candid surprise photos. Some are actually kind of posed. Some look like they were taken from the behind a bush or something, like he was stalking or investigating them. But you cycle through these pictures and you see all these things, and Ren, you scan those pictures.
Yeah, and you kind of see when that's happening, you kind of the camera pans inside of, or I mean Ren's vision, and you see as if they're being meticulously uploaded to a database or something. But it's just that's just what you see through his eyes, as if he's trying to download to look for something.
Yeah, definitely. And then once that is done, what do y'all do?
I'm gonna take these to the stream. Does anybody want to come with?
Yeah, I think we'll follow.
Yeah. What Bill said, of course.
I'm talking out of character.
Yeah.
Well, damn. And Ren's gonna talk out of character too.
Faye gets out of the car and walks down towards the stream. Did everybody come?
Esther, did you come?
Yeah, Esther's following.
Okay.
While looking at her watch. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, sure. She's looking at her watch. She's looking over her shoulders. She has her black trucker hat pulled tight over her head. She's very cautious right now. Yeah.
Faye quickly creates a box of sorts. It's more rounded than that.
So a bird's nest?
No! David.
So are we a boat?
Yeah. I create a box. It's not a bird's nest because it has a covering on the top. And Faye places the pictures inside and creates vines that are very thorny. And then has flowers all around it and fully covers the pictures and turns back to the group. I don't want anyone to find these, so I figure the thorns will be a good deterrent.
But they could just cut through the thorns.
But thorns are nature's deterrent.
And Faye, with tears in her eyes, puts the box in the stream and watches it float away.
Okay. And as it kind of floats away down the stream,
Pharaoh's daughter is there, and she...
Yeah, Pharaoh's daughter picks it up and says, I will raise this baby as my own.
I will raise these pictures as my own.
Yes, I will download these pictures and put them in my own life. And one day they will liberate an entire nation. Anyways, enough Moses references. As this is floating down the stream, do the four of y'all say anything?
Esther just watches.
Always watching. Like an owl with its head on the swivel.
Ren just stands and is like kind of like moving his legs awkwardly and anxiously, but says nothing.
Bill says quietly, "Goodbye, friend."
And Faye whispers, "I'm sorry."
And the camera pans away from the four of you standing on the shore of this river, and it follows the thorn-covered bramble briar box as it floats down the river and passes between rocks and over little rivulets, floating next to leaves that are floating down the river as well. And it passes out of view, and the camera fades to black. End of episode. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Mistconceptions. We'll be back with our next episode on July 6th. If you have Facebook and or Twitter, you can find us on both of those platforms. Why don't you give us a like or follow on those platforms so you can get up-to-date information about the show, behind-the-scenes pictures, maybe some funny videos, and just so you can chat with us. We also have a Discord that you can join to talk directly with myself and the rest of the crew and the rest of our wonderful fans who also enjoy this show. We also have a Gmail, misconceptionspod@gmail.com, if you would like to contact us that way. This show is wholly supported by the generous monthly donations of our patrons on Patreon. If you would like to join that elite group of backers, please click the link below. City of Mist is an RPG created by Son of Oak. You can find more of their products at sonofoak.com. And that's it for this week's episode of Misconceptions. Thanks for listening. Thanks for having fun. Thanks for being an awesome person. And remember to keep it nerdy, y'all.